they can't take their eyes off of you, okay? They can't, like, help themselves. Every time, like, they open up their phone or whatever, right? Like, they have to, like, peep and see what it is you're doing, okay? I got creeping. Like, so some people are creeping in your energy. And at first, like, the first card I got was creeping, so I'm like, oh, okay, so we got somebody they're watching, like, right? Like, but why or what, like, for what reason? And I got Queen Rising. So king or queen, wherever, you know, whether you're masculine or feminine, right? Like, your growth is, like, people are taking notes of your growth, okay? As well as, I'm kind of feeling like with the creeping that for some of you guys, this is people from your past, and I don't know how they feel about your growth, but we're gonna pull some more and find out. But they're like, I mean, you're something to see. Like, I have to be honest, okay? Look, you're unbothered. They want you back. Somebody from your past, so that's why they're watching. They want you back. They're seeing you stepping into your power. They're seeing you not bothered by things that maybe used to bother you as well, okay? What do we need to know about this person? Like, this is somebody that you moved on from. Moving on. Thank you. Next, okay? And maybe that's why they're so hard in your energy, right? Maybe that's why, because they know that you're really not interested. But they're very, very interested. They think you look very, very good, okay? I feel like it bothers them that you're so unbothered. They don't know how to handle the fact that you don't care. They're not used to that. They're used to the opposite energy, and maybe they used to get the opposite energy from you. Maybe you used to chase this person. Maybe you were very invested in what this person had going on in their life, right? Maybe you were overly invested in a situation where you weren't getting anything in return, okay? So this definitely could be an ex with the wants you back, okay? So they know that they fumbled you. They know that they didn't do right by you. You know, and all they can do is watch you just, look, this says coming up in the spotlight, praised, stepping into your power, right? They're watching that. They're watching you just like flourish in your life. And I feel like you were maybe even stagnant when you were dealing with this person. And now there's like nothing but growth, right? Nothing but growth, because you're not investing your energy into somebody who's not giving anything back to you, right? Like, I feel like you took all the energy that you were trying to pour into this ex, this love that you thought, right? Like, because I feel like you definitely cared about the situation at one time. You took all that energy that you were pouring into somebody else, and you finally started pouring it into yourself and doing good by you. Because I feel like you weren't even like, you were not showing self-love when you were dealing with this individual, for most of you, okay? Like, I'm feeling like this is probably somebody you were with for like a good little minute, right? Maybe some of y'all were even married to this person in long-term relationships, right? Like, I feel like you were drained by the end of it, honestly. But they can't take their eyes off of you now. Look, grudge holder. That's the, oh no. They don't like this. They don't like this. And I feel like they feel extremely powerless as well, because they're not able to have any control over what it is you're doing anymore. They liked when you were chomping at the bit for them. They loved when you were all up in their inbox, calling, texting, messaging, asking how they're doing, being concerned, wondering when will you get just a little bit of time and energy from this person, right? Because I feel like that was something I feel like had to like almost fight for a place in this person's life. That's what they wanted you to believe anyways. They wanted you to believe that they had the upper hand. They wanted to keep that energy, and they weren't able to. I feel like you've done a lot of work in your life since then, okay? And I feel like you like anybody who thought that you were bluffing, like, it's been shown. You don't even have to say nothing. I feel like you don't. I feel like a lot of who's watching you, like, again, these are people that don't have access to you anymore. These are people you wouldn't even invite into your home if you were, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't do anything for them anymore. Like, and I feel like that's what bothers them the most. That's what, like, that's the hardest pill for them to swallow, right? And that's what makes them salty. It makes them angry. It makes them, you know, I don't know. Like, that's why I was saying I don't know the vibe of the person watching you, because I was kind of feeling a skeezy vibe. This is like a skeezy vibe. This isn't somebody that you want in your energy. Like, I feel like if you allowed them back in, they will find a way to try to sabotage what it is that you have going on. They would try to find a way to bring you down a notch. Like, they want to bring you down a notch. Ew. The jealousy of this person watching you is ridiculous. They want to bring you down a notch. From what? For what? Right? From your hustle. I got hustling, making it rain, focus on your money, getting it. Like, I feel like that's what you're doing. They don't like, because they're not doing that in their own life. They're not finding a way to make their own way in life. Instead, they're too worried about what it is you have going on. What's up with that? You make them feel small. Look, inside scoop is what came out when I said, what's up with grudge holder? A closer look, nosy up in your business. This person wants to know any and everything about you. A lot of you guys, if you are looking good and you're doing something good, they're assuming that somebody is taking care of you behind the scenes, right? Like, for real. And they're trying to find that out. Like, they want to find anything to, like, prove that you're not what you are appearing to be, right? Because they don't even know, because they can't even talk to you. They can't even have a conversation. Like, they don't, you wouldn't even, I feel like you wouldn't speak to this person if they were in your energy. You wouldn't. I feel like they lost their chance. They know they lost their chance. They know that it's not no. Why? Look, I cut it to all in their heads. Where did it go? Yeah, I set it down right away. In their heads. That's their energy. Overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. And they're real mad because they don't understand, like, why don't I have blessings in my life? Why do they have blessings? Why don't I have money? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? I did see carless as well. Maybe this person really is sitting with, like, nothing. But, you know, the thing is like, I feel like you yourself have been without. You've been without a lot, but it didn't turn you into a hater, right? It got you motivated. It didn't turn you into a hater because the people around you had something you didn't have. You're not out trying to knock everybody else down that has what you're trying to gain. No, you ain't got time for that because you're focused on what you have to do for you. This person has a lot of time on their hands because they really aren't doing anything for themselves. I see 707, so sevens could be a prominent number for you. 717 right there. Who are we talking about? Libra, Taurus. Who are we talking about? I just want one. I just want one card at a time. Who's Pisces? I was gonna say, who's the hater? Capricorn. Aquarius. Anyone else? And Virgo. All right, y'all.